Hello, you guys. We are so excited to start our favorite time of the year. Welcome to the Spring Collection Live. We are releasing the Spring Collection. Oh my goodness, you guys.
Wow. It is packed in here, you guys. You don't even have elbow room. Woo!
Welcome. Who are we? Tell them who we are.
We are Sally and Josie, the IOD sisters with Iron Orchid Designs.
Our team is here with us too.
Yes.
They are amazing and awesome. Thanks, team, for being here. If you have any questions, they will be answering in the comments. So, oh my goodness, you guys are Zooming. We took bets. Did you already tell them this? We took bets on how many people would be in here. We were way low. You guys are rocking. So here, there's a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. We know you're excited to see those products, and don't worry, we've got you. So we are excited to show you. Like I said, it's our favorite thing. However, there are some little housekeeping things we need to get through first. So bear with us. Some of them are fun. So, okay. If you do not, welcome to new faces.
Yes.
If you are new to IOD, we are so happy you're here. We are so excited to have you. We have really been growing on our social platforms, so we know that a lot of you have just found out about us. Welcome to your new obsession. Best obsession ever. Super fun.
We have fun around here.
Yes, we do. Make sure you go to ironorchiddesigns.com, use the store locator to find your stockist, because that is how you are going to get the product. And we have brick and mortar stores, we have online stores, we have a store for everybody. So make sure you check that out. If you have any troubles with that, contact customer service at ironorchiddesigns.com and they will help you out. You can also post a comment in here and they will help you as well. So we want to also let you know we are doing giveaways this time, you guys. We are doing this live with tons of giveaways. So here's how you can win. First things first, share this live. Share the love. Let other people know about this live. You can, if you're on YouTube, it's easy on Facebook. You just share. But on YouTube, you can just copy the link and then paste it on your social platforms. That's how you can win product. It will be any product of your choice, including this new release. So you definitely want to do that. Make sure you share the love, because everybody needs to know about this. So do it now, go do that. Keep this window open so you can come right back to us, okay? And then also, funniest comment. We love, one of the joys for us, we just sit and laugh at your guys' comment. There was one we pasted. I don't know if it was still up when we went live, but it was Barbara, and she said she is out front of her stockist right now, ready to go. She's watching the live in the parking lot in front of her stockist
I have
store.
to say that's kind of clever.
It is super clever. She's not going to miss out. She's
going to get hers.
Yes.
She's going to get her share.
Sounds like she has missed out before, so she's not going to let that happen again. I love that.
Yes. I saw another comment.
Okay.
I think I just pottied my pants a little bit. We like that one.
Do.
We get it.
We like potty humor. Okay. And what's the other way? Excuse me, that they can win. Share, comment. Oh, favorite project. That's a fun one. So when we're going through the products, share in the comments how you would use that product. That is so helpful for other people, like just the dynamic of people's brains working together. It's so inspiring. So make sure that you share those ideas, and that's another way to win as well. So you guys, there's lots of ways to win. There's lots of IOD giveaways today. Make sure that you share and comment something funny, and then comment a project. Okay, that is that. And we, there's a difference in our format. I do want to explain that. So we are here with you live. We are in the comments. We are going to be hanging out with you, keeping that fun conversation going, but we are going to play a video that was pre-recorded. And the reason we do that is because there is so much to say about these products, and we always end up forgetting things if we do it live. So we have started pre-recording. We did this with our last release and it worked really well. And so we're doing this again.
We can just give you a higher quality content
Yes.
if we pre-record the presentation of the actual products.
That's right.
But then we're like, we want to be with you too.
Yes.
So
Best of both worlds.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get that video started right now, and then keep the comments coming because we are in here with you, and then we will be back when the video's over.
Hello, everybody. We are here today to share with you the Spring 2024 collection. Much anticipated.
Much anticipated.
And big.
You guys have been so patient. What we have is 3 transfers, 4 stamps, 5 molds, and 3 inlays. We don't have time to sit here and chat.
Plus a couple little treatsies, sneaksies of some new innovations.
Stay tuned, guys. Let's get to it.
First off, we are going to be talking about our transfers. And the first of our transfers, we would like to introduce to you Collage des Fleurs. This is all about collage. The word actually originates from the French word coller, which means literally to cut apart, piece together, glue together. And that's what inspired this. And because of that, we went light on the stems and heavy on the blooms. So you've got big, beautiful, rich Renaissance Dutch floral colored blooms in here that you can arrange in just the sky's the limit.
Exactly. And I love the type of blooms they are. Personally, I love growing roses in my garden, and there's something different about garden blooms than the ones you get at a florist or a grocery store. They're just more sumptuous and scrumply and ruffly.
More cupped, especially the heirloom.
Yes, the
types of
heirloom
roses.
roses. So that is what we filled this with, you guys. And there is so many. They are ample. Imagine the projects. We've been talking about the projects that we want to make with these. What about like a grass green distressed dresser to bring it down to a more garden shabby feel that you could just really create a casual piece? That would be beautiful. Josie's been talking about wanting to do a lamp. I've had my eyeballs out every time I go thrifting for a base for her because she wants to cover a base with this. Tell me about what you would do.
I want to do either a traditional ginger jar lamp, which you can usually find at a thrift shop, or a wooden, tall, but very stout base lamp. I want to get it really a nice painted black finish and then collage around the base, possibly all over. I'm not sure on the composition yet, to get that really impactful, kind of bougie, kind of maximalist look in a lamp and finish it in gloss.
There are so many different projects you guys could do with this. Make sure you get with your stockist for this one. It is going to be popular. Next up, we've got Lover of Flowers. This one has all of the beautiful vintage floral vibes. It is actually a book that's called Lover of Flowers. So that's how it got its name. But when we saw these florals, they just have this kind of a retro, beautiful vibe, and it's going to be perfect for those small decor projects. You could frame these. We actually did a project where we just put it on a piece of wall art and it took 5 minutes. So this is one that you can be as quick as you want, or you could piece it out and use it for a tray, a lamp, a vase, so many different things. Oh, I can't wait to use it to upcycle old books.
Ooh, yes.
It's going to be perfect for that, or like junk journals. Oh, there's so much in here. You guys are really going to love this one.
The script of the original poetry is in with this.
Yes.
You know, you can't help but think you want to honor the people and the artists who made these designs so long ago. They hand drew them. They put so much of themselves into them. It just always makes us so happy to be able to celebrate that again.
And I love the typography in here is so beautiful. And the poems, I've actually read the poems. Just take some time just to flip through and read the poems. They're so beautifully written. So you guys, make sure you get with your stockist and get a hold of this one. It's really going to be
and this
beautiful.
one is 8 by 12 size.
Oh yes,
perfect
that's
for all your small decor.
Yes.
And to wrap up our transfers, our third transfer is Joy des Roses. And it is just got a sumptuous, when you look at the painted imagery
it's like a
on
Renaissance
these,
feel.
very Renaissance,
so
very
beautiful.
Fresco. It's got a really organic earthiness to the texture in it. And we love, love, love it.
I personally, my favorite part of these is the mandarins because I feel like it keeps it fresh, keeps it from being too staunchy or stuffy. It just gives it kind of a more cottage feel, almost like an English cottage.
And there's citrus blossoms in it. The mix of just a little bit, a couple of birds, some mandarins, some butterflies in these slightly muted colors, but very this blush pink and lots of warmth. It looks amazing against yellow. Who would have thought?
Right.
It's amazing on it. It's beautiful. So
we made this beautiful tray and there is a tutorial for it, you guys, and it looks gorgeous on a nice deep yellow.
It does. And even though it's a tray, when I saw it, I thought I would put that in my gallery wall as a piece of artwork. It's so beautiful.
Absolutely. And you can use this, like Josie was just mentioning off camera, how beautiful would it be on the back of, like the back of a hutch?
Oh yeah, the inside
back of a hutch.
I'm a fan of that.
Gorgeous. I love that.
Using the imagery on the inside in unexpected ways.
Exactly. And make sure that you guys do get this one, get a hold of your stockist, make sure that they order it for you because it is going to be a favorite. Many of you know that we are known for the most distinctive designs in the industry.
But you know what? We also strive to have the highest qualities. We're always innovating, and some of the things that you'll notice are different about ours are our patented grid lines on our transfers, which make it way easier to cut a nice straight line when you need to, as well as having the smallest halos in the industry. For those of you who aren't familiar with halos, you might hear it said now and then in the communities. It's just the little clear margin around the transfer designs that you want to minimize.
Evil.
Necessary evil. Yes. So we have the smallest of those. So we really dove deep to make sure and get those as small as possible.
So this
we
is
did
a fact.
measure. We use calipers. We get scientific about it.
We do.
So those are the things, some of the things that set our transfers apart and the ways we try to serve you with being the highest, always striving for that quality factor in addition to the aesthetics.
We have a little surprise for you. The first of our stamp category is a big surprise wrapped in a little tiny package.
The IOD mini stamps, the first of which is Apothecary Labels. It is full of little alpha and coordinating little label frames.
Vintage labels with little florals and little frames and little
so many
flourishes.
things
It has
you're gonna do with these. Oh, all the project ideas. But first we should mention, as many of you probably know, because you've probably stamped and used the smaller crafting stamps, an alphabet can be a pain to keep together. And that's why we created this one on 4 individual sheets, and each of those individual sheets inside of this nice box has its own envelope.
To keep them all beautifully organized. I'm all about craft storage and organization being beautiful.
Yes.
And we thought of that when we were packaging this. It
But
is
also,
ready to go.
How easy is it to lose your little stamps?
Oh, right.
And not be able to find them because
That's
you can't
true.
see them. And that is why we tinted these to make them easier for you to find when one gets misplaced.
Exactly.
And we know this happens because we have big alphas, and it even happens with big alphas.
I know. It's true. You guys have probably been in the same position where you see one 3 months later, there it is.
Yes.
There's the P.
And it was the letter you needed. So
Exactly.
this is going to be very helpful in that regard for keeping them nice and tidily stored. But all the projects you're going to do, you know what? I'm telling you, all my garden this spring, all of my pots, planted pots with little labels.
Little herb pots. What about spices?
Oh,
little
yes,
spices,
jars.
Oh, my
all the
goodness.
smalls. I
Yes.
cannot wait. Not to mention journaling. Your junk
Right.
journals, your recipe journals.
I'm going to use them for signage too, because
Yes.
there are so many times when you have a subline or connector text that I was like, oh, I wish we had a smaller alpha. And I know you guys have been asking
We've
for
been
it
getting
too.
the request and we listened.
So make sure you guys get a hold of this one. I know I keep saying it, but it's true.
We're
You
very
have
excited.
to have it.
Big things in little packages.
The next one in our lineup for the stamp category is mercantile. This one is Farmhouse Delicious. It has got all of the different designs. When we were creating this, we thought, how can we make a stamp that has all of the different elements of almost any farm advertising signage that you could think of, and we included it in this set. So you can mix and match and combine to create all of that beautiful signage, the farmhouse, but it's not just for signage. You can use this for decor pieces, pillows, trays. It's going to be perfect. You could do furniture with this. It would be beautiful on furniture. I could picture it on a door with this beautiful laurel leaf and the rooster on maybe the door of a buffet. Oh my goodness.
And the grain stripe on it. We really paid attention.
Brought back the grain stripe.
Put some texture weave into it for a nice, just really organic stripe that you can easily do end to end for as long as you want for a table runner or what have you.
Right.
Oh yeah, these are so, I mean, these are going to pair awesome too with all of the alphabet stamps that you guys have already collected.
We actually, the inspiration as we were designing is we looked at all of the different signage or advertising labels on vintage grain sacks.
Yeah.
And we included all of those different elements into this compilation.
Oh yeah. So for all of you who've already been collecting IOD stamps and you have the alphabets, this set is going to bring you even more value and more versatility to your alphabet stamps.
Oh, absolutely.
So you want to get this one for sure.
Do not miss out on this.
Speaking of masks, many of you have already gotten familiar with the masks that come with our stamps and how they can level up your stamping experience. And they're really, they're a need, I think, for your repertoire. And then you don't have to cut them out yourself. They allow you to layer in a way that's cleaner and clearer without muddying up the stamp before it. However,
they can be a pain. They can get lost.
They can be hard to see. So
I may have had a meltdown when I was stamping my bathroom wall and lost so many of the masks on the floor.
It's true. It's a thing. So we went ahead and innovated again, and they are now printed.
Yay!
So it's easy to identify which mask piece you need for whichever stamp you need to match it to. It's easier to prevent yourself from losing them.
Yes.
So you really, I mean, you're gonna love these. We're so excited about them.
Give them the tip on how to store them.
Oh yes, when you take these out of your stamp packaging, you're going to take them, lay them face down, and you'll be able to see which way is face down now.
The up is kind of matte finish.
Yeah, the back side, it has a sort of a matte finish, a little frosted, and it's not as glossy as the front. You're gonna lay this, and you're going to take a repositional aerosol adhesive spray, like Pixie, is it Pixie Dust?
I like Pixie Mist. I think
Pixie
it's called Pixie Mist.
Pixie Mist. And you're going to give this an even light dusting of that. You're going to let it dry, and then you are going to take one of the sheets that is on the back of your stamps, which doesn't cling to it after you use them, so that you can use this instead for your mask storage. And you are going to carefully position it over the backside of your mask sheet and adhere it to it. And now you're going to have this nicely mounted mask set that doesn't get lost. And the other bonus, and it's actually significant, is that when you use your mask, because the backside now has that mist of repositional adhesive, they're not going to slide around on your project.
Right.
So no matter how slick it is.
We are so excited about this innovation. We know you guys will be too.
You know, when we are in design mode and we're bringing together the products we want for each category for our community, we're always poring over our favorite design and decor magazines. Well, during this season for this collection, I was seeing, and Sal confirmed it, all this beautiful lattice. It was bamboo lattice and the faux bois lattice and just gorgeous uses of this. Large scale on wallpapers with the chinois. It was just beautiful. So it inspired this set. And we introduced you veranda, reminiscent of porticos and patios and climbing plants.
Yes, and this set is actually incredibly versatile. Maybe one of our most versatile stamps to date, because we included 2 different sizes of the lattice itself, as well as the ovals and the rose clusters. And we actually have been playing with them, and it's amazing how many different compilations we've been able to come up with. And with the masks, you can create the lattice behind the ovals, and you guys will recognize as soon as you see all of these beautiful embellishments on furniture that it is a vintage, traditional, timeless look that you can create with this collection.
Yes, we are so excited. I can't wait to use this on the, I have a hutch that I store all the china in, and I'm redoing it. And I am going to use the lattice on the door panels with a cameo of the oval and the roses in the middle, and go back in with some hand tinting with some paint colors in it and wear it back. I mean, you guys can imagine, just start thinking of all the projects you can do with this.
As always though, we have all the small decor projects in mind as well, and we have smaller versions so that you can create beautiful wall art or trays. And also with these roses, we created a little pot, an herb pot that we absolutely adore, and we paired it. We paired it with Apothecary, the tiny alpha,
so
and
beautiful.
It was so darling.
Look at this smaller scale lattice would be perfect paired with as a background with labeling on it, or for layering on your wall art or small project.
Ooh, a junk journal, an upcycled book, so many things. Yes.
So it's a sophisticated motif, but it totally works for
There's
your
so
smalls.
much we could say about it, but we're being cued behind the cameras. We've got to move on. Okay, you guys. Love this one. Get it. Next, we have pastiche. The inspiration for pastiche was the academia, light academia, dark academia.
The displays.
That look is so popular, and we fell in love with it. As we were visioning for this release, we kind of went deep into the academia world.
And part of that is because of the fact that before it was a trend and before it was academia, we grew up with that. Our grandparents constantly displaying all the little things, the insects and all of the...
Their decor was filled with stacks of dusty books. I mean, it was the original, authentic academia.
So that... really, obviously, we love these elements.
So the birdhouses, we included several of the birdhouses. And as Josie mentioned earlier that we pour over the magazines, we have some favorites. And we were noticing, I just saw so many beautiful floral fabrics that had birdhouses in them, and in the backgrounds as like a watermark with like a heavy floral over it. And so that is going to be lovely for you traditionalists who love just a vintage timeless look, the academia thing aside.
Absolutely. And you know what else I love about this is the layerability that you can achieve for your wall art. You know, you've got, I mean, you have the beetle right here that you could place inside of a cloche. You could do them just kind of layered up as a background for putting a dimensional piece in the middle too. How beautiful would that be?
There's so many different projects. This is going to be good for small decor, but you could also, Josie was mentioning again off camera as we're chatting, how darling would it be to use the birdhouses across the bottom of a piece with their different heights, and then use like kindest regards or some kind of a texture behind them
so
with the
you
mask.
mask them, and then you stamp the courier and the kindest regards. If you have those 2 stamps, you're going to be able to get a lot of usage with these.
I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this set.
All right, you guys, I am so excited to introduce the next category. You know how we love our paint inlays, and this collection is Lattice Rose. It's 8 sheets, and it is just such a gorgeous mix of patterns. The inspiration was vintage wallpaper, and Josie and I really just obsessed over mixing the patterns. We would set it out, look at everything together. No, this isn't quite right. And it is really an art more than a science, because you've got to just test different things. It's like when you're putting pillows out on your couch. I don't know about you guys. I love pillows on my couch. So I'm constantly taking one out, putting one in, taking one out, and then it's just right. And this collection is just right.
Yes, exactly. There's the variables of your color palette on each of the different patterns, and very crucial is the scale. And these, all 4 patterns are scaled very specifically with enough contrast between them to really mix well and successfully.
Can we talk about the colors? Oh, I love the colors. It's got a beautiful persimmon and this chartreuse. I love the damask and these just kind of unexpected colors together, but they
the sage
pop.
greens with the chartreusey green.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So you guys, you have to get this collection. You're gonna love it. It looks even more beautiful when you're using it.
Our second inlay, which we are so excited about, is actually one design in 2 different colorways. This is a 4-sheet design that was specifically created for beautiful accents on furniture in a very, very classic way, but is also perfectly suited to your decor smalls. We introduced Petite Fleur in pink and in red.
They're each 4 sheets, and you really do need both because they're completely different in use. We've tested them on different pieces, and the Petite Pink is just kind of just girly and unapologetically feminine, as we like to say.
Very feminine. And what's cool about it, though, is you're going to get a completely different look, even with just the pink, if you put it on a soft feminine versus a black, which is what pops, and that's kind of my favorite. When you put this on black, I'm like, ooh, I'm not so much of a pink girl, but when I put this pink on black, it definitely hits that nail on the head.
Looks classic.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
And then, of course, in the red, we have these warm, deep reds creating the blooms. Favorite. And what's cool too about these is that we have a touch of trompe l'oeil elements mixed in with the florals. And you're going to love it. When you look at all the different shapes that are included on each of these 4 sheets, there's so much. I don't want to discourage you from buying more, but you're getting a ton of use from these inlays.
It is so true. It's so many different projects, as well as with the furniture. You can do doors, drawers behind your hardware.
Yes. There are strips of trim in here in both the trompe l'oeil as well as a little
down
line.
the sides.
Imagine I saw the coolest kind of expression in artwork in gallery walls where people are decorating their matting on their artwork. And we have little corners here of the rosette and the little leaves that you could use on your mats. Or even some of the little trompe l'oeil trims would be fabulous on your artwork mats. There's just so many uses.
I've really been enjoying upcycling old books, and these will be gorgeous even on some mixed media projects.
Absolutely. You guys got to try the Petite Fleur in red and or pink. You're gonna love it. And now for our final category, our molds. When you use IOD molds, you're going to immediately notice a couple of things that make them different from other molds in the marketplace. The first is our micro rim, and that's just a tiny little rim around each cavity that gives you a cleaner cast and a cleaner release. The other is our measure marks, and those are particularly handy when you're using resin, but they're also handy for clay because there's 2. There's grams and there's milliliters, so that it works for both. And that helps you know how much you're going to need. People love this.
And now we have something new to introduce to you. The Stack and Sort edge labeling. I am personally so excited about this because I like to keep my craft room tidy.
Yes.
And
She's
I
better than I
love
am.
organization. And the other day I was stacking my molds and having to find one, and it wasn't easy. And I said, I can't wait until we have the edge labeling.
Right.
So now you can stack them all up, 10 feet high, however many molds you have, and you'll be able to find exactly what you need and just pluck it out.
Exactly. Like you don't have to flip through like book pages to find it.
Right.
You just simply see it right there.
Yes.
So we are so excited about that.
And it encourages you to get more and more molds.
True.
Because
when they're easy to
you
store.
can't have too many.
Exactly.
All right, let's start showing them the designs.
Yes. This is one of my favorites, and it is Conservatory Labels. These are fabulous because, for one thing, they're made specifically for, in the depth in the designs, for creating little labeling plaques that look vintage, and there's, the amount of detail in these is amazing.
Amazing. We just used them, and as we were just demolding them, there were oohs and ahs filling the room.
You are gonna love these.
So beautiful.
And they're so versatile.
Yes.
Sally mentioned the what do you call it? The journaling book.
Oh, the upcycling the old books.
Upcycling the old books and turning them into journals.
Junk journals.
Junk journals, yes.
Mixed media.
And these are actually a little thinner by intention and by design than a labeling one that we did years ago.
Right.
That we found was, for some things, a little too thick.
Yeah,
So-
like I remember I put one on a mason jar and it just felt a little bit thick. And so
little
when
bit
we were redesigning, we were talking about let's have it
Let's
be
make sure.
as a label and the use of a label. You want it to be mesh with whatever you're putting it on, the
Exactly.
object that you're putting it on.
I plan on using these on artwork, like little labels, especially the things that are like little specimen displays and things like that, because they just will add that a little beautiful extra special touch. But what is really cool about these two, that you guys, for all of you who are excited about the Apothecary Labels stamp set, our first mini stamp set, the size of the stamps for that alphabet are going to go fabulously with these. Not
And
to
that was
mention
by
some-
intention.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually
so that they can work
designed
together.
these to go with that. So that is going, they fit beautifully.
Totally. The other cool thing, especially this one, I feel like would make an awesome backplate behind a small knob on your furniture.
Ooh, good idea.
You could even,
I love
gilt
that
it.
idea.
So
yes.
there's just so much. We can't wait
know.
to see what you guys do with these.
And next we have faux bois. That actually means false wood. And this set just has the most beautiful woody textures. We've got bamboo, 2 different sizes, and we have, what do you call this? I'm gonna say it.
It's a wood texture, like a branch texture.
Like it's a branch, thank you. I call it a
Little
twig,
bits, yes.
but it's not. It's a branch and it's beautiful.
Very texture rich.
It's got this beautiful organic texture. But what I love about this mold is that it's got cross and corners. So you can literally make any compilation of design with these. And I personally love like a traditional bamboo trimming on different things, chairs, furniture, frames. And this allows me to add that if it's not already there. I just really am obsessing over this mold.
Bamboo is an easy, quick way to add a touch of sophistication.
It's true.
To your
Yes,
pieces.
it's very
and your
sophisticated.
projects. Or I'm loving it for framing. Oh my gosh, for creating a frame on our wood blanks.
Right.
And then gold.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
gold
we
bamboo.
did a project with it in gold and it did not disappoint. It's absolutely gorgeous. You guys
are
need to
gonna
get your
love
hands
this.
on this one.
Okay, I gotta say, this one is so fun. And I feel like there's no need to take everything so seriously,
No.
even in your decor.
It's true.
That's the inspiration, just weaving a little bit of fun
And quirk.
into your decor.
Yeah.
That is what is behind invitation only. This is so fun. We have a cat, a stag, a wolf, and a dog with a neoclassical stand on each one. And they're wearing tuxedos. And you guys, The cat actually gets a little offended if you call him Cat because he is known as Sir Percy from the Cotswolds. We had fun with that, and we want to see what you guys name the other ones. I am looking forward to I want to do some wall art with these and I've seen gold or brass dimensional artwork with animals. Sometimes they'll have a spectacle or something that.
It looks really surprisingly sophisticated in like an academia setting. And it's
with your books.
Got some quirks, so it keeps things just kind of fun.
Just adding that little bit of fun woven in. Unexpected. It's unexpected. I bet for those of you who create pieces and mix them in with your bookshelf, your library, when you have guests over and they finally find it, you're going to get some chuckles and some smiles.
That's true.
Love it. So.
Don't miss out on this one, you guys. Next, we have Veridus, and this is such a classic, timeless design. I love olive leaves and acanthus and laurel leaves, and this kind of emulates all of that. When we were designing this, we really did a lot of research and looking and really obsessing over traditional timeless layouts and compositions of leaf moldings. And so this is what came from that. And you'll notice that it actually has a symmetry, but not exact symmetry. And what that does is when you're looking at the design, there's just enough interest that it doesn't become repetitive.
Right. You can get a symmetrical composition, but it's not exactly the same. They're very just slightly so that you keep that visual interest. And you'll find historically that symmetrical compositions more times than not are not a mirror image.
They're
just a little different. So,
and of course, this has all the scrumptious detail that you can expect from IOD with the turning of the leaves and the waving and the curling. We just love that. And so this one is definitely one you're going to want to have in your repertoire because it is so classic. You will use it again and again.
It's going to mix with like most all of our other molds. If you've got like other molds that are about the historic and the beautiful compositions, you're going to want to mix this in with it.
Mercantile, the stamp from this release works so beautifully with this mold.
Yes.
The rooster, the cow. So you guys definitely get a hold of this one.
Okay, guys, our final mold is so fun. It is called IOD Specimens, and it is all about all the beetles. So I know it's like definitely quirk, but you probably remember us mentioning before, we grew up, our grandparents in Novato were total academia before it was cool.
Before it was
cool.
So
we were constantly exposed to
stacks of dusty books and specimens.
And lots of specimens, the collecting of whether it's botany or whether it's insects, we were constantly exposed to that. And so as this has kind of enjoying a renaissance, it totally tugs on
It's like
our
a comforting familiarity.
It is comfort and familiar. And I will tell you, we've already started doing projects with these, and the projects that we're doing here and that Olivia's doing, we're kind of fighting over them.
My daughter Olivia, you guys will see it on camera, but she painted some of these castings, and you cannot tell the difference between a real beetle.
Exactly. She put them in one of our shadow boxes. It's trimmed with bamboo and gold. And then there's some of our the fronds transfer.
Well, they're probably going to see it coming across the screen now.
Yes. Well,
so you don't have to describe it
in
that much detail.
I'm excited about it. You guys are going to love this. The level of texture and detail in these, and the sheer variety.
Exactly. There's so many different kinds.
So what's awesome is you can do a little display. Like I'm picturing a little mini gallery and doing one of the smaller frames with one of the larger beetles, and then one of the larger frames with a series of the 3 little beetles and things like that.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love this. And again, we can't wait to see all of the amazing academia type projects floating through our community.
Okay, everybody, that wraps up our spring collection, and we are so excited about all of these designs, but we are even more excited about what you guys are going to do with them.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure you subscribe and follow our YouTube channel. We have been working busily behind the scenes on some amazing tutorials with these products. So again, follow, subscribe, so you're notified when those tutorials are live. Okay, you guys.
It was so much fun watching the comments.
You
go by.
guys are hilarious.
We could hardly keep up. The comments were moving so fast, we'd have to go, wait, what did they say? What did they say? Some of our favorite project ideas were upcycled vases. Those are always fun. Also, mixing the leaves. So the olive branch Veridus with the lattice with the veranda. I love that idea. And then also bookends with invitation only.
That is such a perfect use for the invitation only.
Yeah,
that
it's fun. It's quirky.
Eccentric.
For a bookshelf.
I love that.
Would be super fun. So you guys, there is still time to win the giveaway. Share this live now if you haven't, and you can share it multiple times. You're going to show up multiple times, so share it on any platform that you have, and let us know that you're sharing it so that we can choose the winners. And then we will be going through the comments and choosing the other 2 winners as well. So there's 3 chances to win, and if you're on YouTube, share that link. And then, I also wanted to mention, we mentioned it in the notes, but I forgot to mention it in the intro. And that is that these products are available now
with your stockist.
So get in touch with your stockist. You guys know that I'm not trying to create FOMO, but products sell out quickly. These are not limited edition, but if they sell out, and some will, so make sure your favorite doesn't sell out.
There's a
cycle wait for them to come back into stock. So make sure that you get all of your favorites. And honestly, I would get them all, because what's going to happen is you'll see different tutorials and projects coming through, and you'll see the product in new ways. So even ones where you went, I don't know. If you're on the fence, just get it.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Yep.
Okay, you guys, it's been so much fun.
Awesome.
We're going to still hang out. We're going to shut the live down, but we're going to be in the comments all day long, because the party does not end on IOD release day.
Yes,
we love you guys.
Brainstorming all the ideas.
Yes, we love seeing it. Okay, you guys, have an amazing creative week. We love you. Go make something beautiful.